I went to the Experian Marketplace. I got pre-approved for a great credit card.
With Experian and the same credit card that I got with them, I'm not even sure the way to say that.
Experian can help you find credit cards, get your free FICO score, then see your card offers. Download the Experian app now.
What up, y'all? Anybody, ain't nobody in here though. I guess that's cool. I'm trying to find my phone though. Can't find my shit. There you go, right there. There you go, right there. There ain't got nobody over here. Which is cool. Yeah, but regardless whether anybody's here at all. I just want to come on and share some news. The news I just saw. You know, I got a notification that the new Pawpaw, OG Sane, Agent 8, formerly known as Henry Wilkinson. His YouTube page, I went on to watch a video on his YouTube page, and a commercial popped up. And not only that, once I finished watching the video, another commercial popped up at the end. So basically what has occurred is, the Pawpaw OG Sane has achieved monetization status in, I guess, 3 weeks. I would say 3 weeks. I'm gonna say 3 weeks, tops. But I want what they call the outsiders, I guess the observers would call it the well, no, actually this is inside. It's called the Charleston White effect. You know, where and I mean this is his guy. No, really that's not even what that's about. I go somewhere else with that, but that's not even related to my guy. In which I get these my people I ain't shook hands with it privately, and you know, it's just like we kind spirits, you know, my kind of niggas. These my kind of niggas here, man. You know, not only like, you know, the Mr. Charleston White, he introduced me to OG Sane, and OG Sane apparently didn't even know that he was being recorded, but OG Sane used to come on the Charleston White live spit. So, you know, everybody was like, when OG Sane, he'll get shit. So I was like, I'm gonna try to get him on. He don't like this. Certain niggas don't like to be on camera like that. So yeah, that's what it was. So yeah, so finally, you know, it was the you know, even before then, you know, even before I knew about Dewberry, even before I knew about Dewberry, I knew about Sane. Because Dewberry, you know, he didn't talk on camera at all. But a year ago, probably about a year and a month or so ago, Charleston bought Dewberry on it. Dewberry was shuffling. Dewberry was shuffling when he got on him. And now mind you, I'm just an observer here. You know, like I say, these my kind of niggas. I ain't never bad, but these my kind of niggas. So yeah, so this goes on, and you know, in a year, Dewberry almost in like, I think if I'm correct, he may already be there 15,000 subs. You know, shit, monetized heavy. You know, memberships and shit. Bro, it didn't even know how to really put it. You know, and he admitted he didn't know how to put it down in front of the camera. But really, all this shit is you know, it's kind of got to be in you somewhat, but it can't be trained somewhat. But nevertheless, man. The point I'm trying to make is, here we are, probably a year, maybe a year and a month later. Here comes the new Pawpaw with the Uncomfortable Conversations, coming through the Hard Way podcast, broadcast coming soon, game related by way of game related Productions. That's GAME, not GANG. But man, I got to give it to man. And the thing about it is, you think about it. Currently, he's having this thing. Charleston has a. Well, I actually saw it, and I actually saw it. Remember when they would take that podcast? Let me turn this shit off. This shit ain't really explaining me on. They had. I remember when Charleston and Dewberry and Don Chief, they got together to do the podcast. I remember when Rainwater them came, and I remember when Say Chiefs was there, and I remember how animated the argument got. And I imagine I pointed it out to the fact that I guess it was libations being sipped upon, and and I guess we'll call the herbals, and I guess passions had over bubbled, so to speak. And lo and behold, because in my mind, I'm an observer. I'm not from Texas. I've been across the border. When I stayed in Ardmore, Oklahoma, back in the 90s, I went to Ardmore, Oklahoma. We went across the border to get liquor on a Sunday because they ain't sell liquor in Oklahoma. But that's the only time I ever been to Texas, and that was just for a few hours. So I mean, I figure, well, from an observation point, that if Charleston got Don Chief, because we was bumping that Don Chief. I was bumping that Don Chief by way of Charleston's lives. I didn't, my little sister knew about Big Chief, and she played me some Big Chief. But then I ain't really know. But that's aside from the point. Let me stick with what I'm saying. I thought it was going to be a good look for Texas. It would be, in knowing the spirit in which Charleston White does things, and the spirit in which Anthony Dewberry does things, was in line with, Charleston White. Not trying to put up anybody above anybody else. But this is just what it is from my description. But to see how if those who stay loyalty is very important. It's guidance above my emotions. Sometimes people get emotionally stimulated or invigorated or agitated, and they begin to say things and agree to do actions and make appearances that would, I guess from my observation, I guess if you're in the process of doing it, you probably think you'll be hellified, nigga. You standing on your shit. But from the outside observers, and by in the mind and going from the mind state of listening to the things that you put down in your lyrics, I'm not your op. I'm just, what up, Atlanta? Shit, I can see a little bit. I thought I was gonna be able to work this shit like that. This I'm not used to this. But yeah, but let me get off this point because I need to hurry up and get my stuff together because I got to work. But I thought it was going to be a good look for that Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, the region of Texas. And, it's such a shame. And then you have the ball. I also want to speak on the Boss Talks and, all these other characters that seem to have betrayed the allegiance of Charleston White. But, it's good to be able to pull his folks up. That's the bottom line. Charleston White has again pulled his folks up in the midst of all y'all niggas that hate and get caught up in the character and don't know the spirit of the man. Nevertheless, let me go do my thing, man. I gotta get back with y'all later. Thank y'all for scamming through on the nigga. Peace and love.